guys, it's Mari. I know that it's been quite a while since our last video. I think it's been about 11 months or 10 months or something along those lines. And a lot has happened, I think, in the last few months. But in any case, it's given us a chance to just plant some new beds, and I thought that maybe we can give you an update on what this little side of our yard looks like since it's been almost a year, so you can actually see and compare to what it looked like last year. So we can start over here, and these are our Canamucifolia. They do need a trim. I've kind of ignored them. And you can see by the color of the leaves and stuff that, you know, they've been a little bit neglected, but either way, they did fill up the space pretty nicely because I actually chopped them down to the ground last season and just let them spring back up on their own, and they were looking pretty good. So once I cut these out, they'll shoot up some new, you know, stalks and stuff, and we'll be good to go. Over here on this side, if you notice, so we did our path, and our path was pretty free and clear, but now our heliconias have come over and they're starting to kind of invade this space over here. They're encroaching over here. They've actually made it to our neighbor's yard as well. But they're starting to grow into the space, and I like it a little bit because it's still a bit of a sense of a jungly sensation that you get when you walk through here. It's looking very lush. A little bit in your way, so this one doesn't bother me so much, but this one does. And this is our frangie that is currently flowering, and it's got these really beautiful, like hot pink blooms with just like a kiss of the yellow center. Really pretty, and this was just a branch that somebody gifted me. I stuck it in the ground for just the sake of getting it planted, and in like a year you'll be able to compare how much this has grown. It's actually taller than the fence. Similarly, we planted these are our areca palms, or areca palms as they say, and we're looking to grow these for privacy, as a privacy screen. And what I've been doing over here is just kind of trying to thin it out a little bit because I don't want the base of it to be too wide, so that it doesn't disturb this space. But what I want is just like a semi-private atmosphere. Right now it's grown to, I mean, that's probably like 6 feet tall right now at the very tallest, but I do actually have to fertilize and do a lot of the maintenance and things like that. But as you walk along this little path, we have this little surprise this morning, which was really nice. It's an Asiatic lily, I want to say is what it's called. I forgot that I even planted this. So this will bloom, it will, you know, die back, and then next year it'll come back. So I planted this last year, and this one as well. And as you can see here, this one's going to have 3 blooms. This one only has the 1. But its cousin, I want to say it's the same actual plant. Also, something else that we've done over here just recently, and this is a work in progress because I only started doing this weekend, was the extension of this path. I really wanted to make it so that we can draw the eye kind of long ways when you walk in, and your eye can kind of meander around, making you want to turn in that direction. We're going to be planting stuff here and mulching this, so it's just one continuous thought. And this bed will continue, and we'll have this, you know, we'll create a border and everything over here and mulch and do all those things. Now on this side over here, I did plant a couple of things. You know, I just kind of put things in the ground and see if it grows, if it doesn't, and how it does and whatnot. So here, I've decided that I want to make this whole area a bed. We've continued our areca fence along here, so that'll be the backdrop. But in the front, then you have more of the decorative things that give you that interest with the foliage and the leaves and the color. It's totally experimental, as this whole yard is. And I'm going to kind of make a border around here and make all of this just a bed. Once it's planted and mulched and we can put some lighting in there, I think it'll be really interesting to stand back there and just see along here. So your eye is drawn back here, your curiosity is drawn back here to the little niche that's over in the back corner on the left over there. We have a hammock stand. It's a very temporary little patio that we created, but it's a nice little space to just like relax and read a book and have a cocktail and just like take in the evening. So this is our Hawaii frangie, and we planted this as a stick that was maybe like that tall, and it's put on a lot of growth, a lot of height, and it will be blooming shortly. So it seems to be frangie or plumeria season because everything is kind of blooming just like weeks apart from each other. So this we're expecting pretty soon. In this zone, what I really want to do with the zone is make this area kind of like your edible fruit area. So we have a few trees that we're going to be putting in. One of them that's already in is the banana plant that's over on that side. We also have a guava tree that we just got, and also star fruit. And I want to go ahead and plant this here because this gets the most direct sunlight, and these plants really need a ton of sun so that it can go ahead and produce all of the fruit. Thought this would be a good spot. So that's what I would like to do. In a sense, I'm trying to treat the yard in zones so that it isn't too overwhelming when you just kind of take a look out and see just how much space there is of what to do with it. So if you treat everything as a zone, then your projects become kind of smaller, kind of compact and bite-sized, so that when you complete them, you really feel like you've accomplished something, as opposed to planting a little bit here and a little bit there, which is what I have been doing. So I'm trying to change my strategy a little bit. Let's see, we have this is a myrtle, this is a crepe myrtle that's currently flowering with these really bright red blooms. Once this is done blooming about fall time, what I do is I just like cut them all the way back, I mean very close to the ground, and leave just a few of the sticks kind of coming out of the ground. But once spring comes, these guys just start to flourish again. So I don't let it get too tall. And then in about a few months, it puts on like 4 feet of growth, and it gives you the blooms. Over here is yet another frangie that is also in full bloom right now, also started as a twig. And I can talk about this in another video, but if you take a look at here, they do have these spots on the underside of the leaves, and you can see that it's affected, how it's affected the plants. Now, this is really common in this plant. It happens to all of ours actually, and you can go ahead and remove the leaves, but this is a kind of, it's like a fungus, it's a spore. So you have to be really careful when you tear out the leaves, because spores, you know, they're dispersed in the air to contaminate the others. The thing is that it really doesn't affect the plant so much outside of making the leaves look kind of yucky. They still produce, they still produce flowers. It doesn't kill the plant or anything like that. And really, as far as I know, there isn't a way to get rid of them outside of removing all of the leaves altogether. So, and in this case too, our frangies, they drop the leaves. They're deciduous, right? I believe that's the word. And then they come back the following season. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for following and for asking us to do some more videos. And we'll see you soon. And that's all I got. That's that.